Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel! So, for today's vlog, medyo informative naman. Naks, meron pala ako mabibigyan impormasyon. Ano yan? Char. For today's vlog, medyo informative naman yung pag-uusapan natin. I'll tell you guys about my travel experience under pandemic, given that you are traveling from Denmark, transiting to Dubai, and arriving in Philippines, because that's what I did. And I can only speak from what I have experienced. And I traveled with Emirates. So first, may mga nanonood dyan na di pa nakasubscribe. Makikita ko yon. Grabe kayo. Baka naman gusto nyo na munang isubscribe yan bago nyo pagpatuloy yung panonood ng video ko, no? So anyway, yun. I'm gonna mention some of the disadvantages and advantages of traveling under pandemic. I traveled last January 23 and then I arrived back here in Denmark last March 15. So I was away for almost 2 months. Yeah, let's start. Let's talk about the disadvantages of flying under pandemic. First, I think of course there's a high risk of getting infected by the virus because the fact that you go outside your home, you are already on the high risk of infecting and getting infected. How much more if you go out of the country, right? So yun, I think number 1 is mataas ang tsansa mo na mahawa ka at makahawa ka ng coronavirus. Next, based on my experience, one of the disadvantages is the rules are so unstable. They're changing continuously. Like what happened to me and my daughter. Our flight supposed to be January 19, I guess, or January 21, but suddenly 2 days before our flight got rebooked and moved to January 23. What happened was we have to rebook our corona test, and what if there's no available, and it's a major requirement that you have a negative PCR test before you can fly, right? So good thing that here in Denmark we have a lot of testing centers and it's enough to test people who want to be tested. So third is it's very expensive. Here in Denmark it's free, so there's no problem. But when I arrive in the Philippines, testing aren't free. Then I have to spend lots of money just for the testing. To be exact, I spent 21,150 just for testing alone to go in the country and to go out of the country. And in Philippines, even newborns, as young as newborns, they're testing them, which is a little bit surprising because here in Denmark and also in Dubai, if a child is 12 years and below, they're not requiring them to be tested. And the price is similar as the adults, of course. So it's times 2. Grabe, times ano na yun? Times 6 yun. De, joke lang. Times 2 lang. You have to be ready to be poked in your nose so many times. If you're afraid of the procedure, then yeah, it can be a disadvantage. But for me, it was okay. So it's not really a problem. Next is when you arrive in the Philippines, of course, some of you guys, maybe not all, but you're expecting to visit some tourist attraction or some places like beaches, mountains. But during the pandemic, you cannot do that easily because the rules are depending on the local government unit. The rules are depending on the... Okay girl, sige, kaya mo yan. Finish mo yung English eh. So the rules are actually dependent on the... No, hirap. So yun, okay, Tagalog na lang tayo. You can't really go out of town. You can't really go out of places you want to go to easily because, for example, you want to go Subic. They have a specific rule in Subic. Each cities have their specific rules you have to check before going there. For example, you want to go Subic, then you are from Manila, and you're gonna pass by Bulacan or Pampanga. Then you have to check the rules also on where you are passing by because there might be checkpoints and they might ask for some travel papers or quarantine pass. And then next is when we arrive in Philippines, we have to be quarantined in a hotel for a total of 6 days. We're done for the 5 days quarantine. Actually, it's 6. As an adult, it's okay. I can handle it. But I have a child with me that is so used to being outdoors. A 2-year-old child can't even understand why she's not allowed to go out. And it's just so hard to explain to her because she doesn't know what's going on. But of course, I was prepared for that. I brought some activities for her. I bought a lot of toys. Of course, it's never enough. It's 6 days. That's another thing you have to consider if you're traveling with a child. Next disadvantage is during the entire flight, you have to wear a face mask, and being inside like an airplane, on top of that, you have to wear mask the entire trip except if you're eating. If you're not so comfortable with wearing masks, that can be a disadvantage also, or that can be problematic. For me, it's completely fine. With Emirates, they're not requiring kids to wear masks. I didn't have any problem with my child complaining about face mask because she's not even required to wear one. Next is you need to arrive early at the airport because they have extra procedures before they allow you to get into the plane. Yeah, it's not like the usual process given that there's no pandemic. That's the last disadvantage that I can share with you guys. And then let's move on to the advantage. Of course, there are also some advantages with flying under pandemic. First, I really enjoyed going to the airport even though I have to go there early because there's almost nobody. The queue is not so long as usual. It's actually faster than my previous experience flying without pandemic. Next advantage is in the plane, there's almost nobody. We have 2 aisles free and we can like lie down. I think that's the most comfortable flight I've ever had except when I flew on business class one time. It was really nice because me and my daughter can just lie down. There's nobody sitting beside us. I really enjoyed that one. Then last advantage is your flight can easily be rebooked because the planes are not full. We're supposed to fly back already on the 24th of February, but I changed my mind and I tried if I can rebook it to March 14. I just called them and they said, yeah, we can do that. My flight was rebooked. And I think if there's no pandemic, maybe it's possible to have your ticket rebooked, but it might not be the date that you want. And yeah, I think I can only say 3 advantage of flying under pandemic. I keep on thinking what else I can say, but I think that's it. So now if you're gonna ask me if I can recommend flying while we're still under pandemic, no, definitely no. I don't think I'll recommend it even though we have those advantages. It's too risky and we are asked to stay home. Better to stay home. It's for your safety. It's for your family's safety. And from my own experience, I traveled with a baby. I will not gonna bring her again anywhere, especially out of the country. It's just full of no's. Like, she wants to touch this. I keep on saying no. And she wants to go everywhere. She's all over the place. And I keep on saying no. And I feel so bad. Here in Denmark, she can run freely because it's so easy to observe social distancing here in Denmark and they are handling the pandemic very well here. But of course, you cannot expect the same in Philippines. So yeah, I don't recommend it, especially if you're traveling with a baby. And then if you're gonna ask me, would I do it again? Of course, no. Like what I said, it's too risky. And I hope I help you guys if you're undecided. So yun guys, those are the information I can share based on my own experiences, and I hope I help some of you who wants to travel now and who wants to see their family in Philippines or who wants to visit other places as a tourist, whether you're gonna push through to your travel or not. And yun, thank you kung natapos mo yung video at nakarating ka dito at pinakikinggan mo pa rin ako hanggang ngayon. Sana naman ay mag-subscribe ka at pa-subscribe mo na din. That's char. Demanding! So yun, I hope you guys are doing well. Let's just follow what our government are instructing us. They only want the best for us. I hope. There's a lot of cases, especially in Philippines. I hope you and your family are safe. Let's all pray that everything will be normal soon. And let's pray that this pandemic will be over soon so we can back to our normal lives. And yeah. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you on my next vlog. Bye!